Hi everyone, my name is Subhash Choudhary. I am co-founder and CTO at Dukan. Before we get into my story and everything, I will just start with the first slide, which says who am I, where I started. And the title of this slide is very interesting. It says from Zenith to Zenith, and why I kept the title was Zenith. Of course, is the name of this event as well as peak of your career, and Zenith was also the name of the first company I started. So the beginning and now is the same thing, right? So I wanted to just go over that story. And before I tell you about that, I wanted to start where I began, how did I actually begin, and right now where I am, and what I had to go through, what are the challenges I faced, and what did I do to be where I am right now. And probably that will help you as well in trying to figure out at certain points in your career when you're confused what to do. What I have done, maybe that can inspire you, maybe that can help you take a right decision at that time. So let's start. My journey starts. Just one second. My journey starts in a very small village in Bihar. It's called Manigachi. It's a very remote area. Probably you might have never even heard about this town. And at the very early stage of my career, at 3 years old, when I was 3 years old, right, I lost my father. My mom was a single mom, and she worked as a tailor to raise me. We were financially not really that well off, so kind of she had to work whatever she could. Probably she used to get 10 rupees, 15 rupees by sewing clothes for everyone, and we try to somehow make it work for me. I somehow did 10th, 12th, till 12th I somehow managed, but after that our financial situation was not that great to do graduation that time. So my mom said, okay beta, let's do one thing. From here you go to Mumbai where your uncles live and try to find a job. That was I just passed 10 plus 2, that is 12th, and I was 17-year-old when mom said that okay, we can't afford it anymore, let's go to Mumbai, find a job and see what you can do in your life there. I went to Mumbai and tried to figure out what do we do. At that time, most of the family members that I had in Mumbai, right, they were doing blue collar jobs. You know what are blue collar jobs, right? At that time, that was the destiny I had, but I said, what can I learn to not get into, what everyone has been doing so far in my family? Is there a different way? One of my uncles suggested, yes, you can probably learn computers. That is a new field that is emerging. There is a career scope. Can you do that? So I said, okay, let's do that. So what I did was I migrated to Mumbai and learned computer hardware and networking. After learning computer hardware and networking, I got my first job at this company called Zenith. You can see this is my photo from that when I was 15-year-old. This was the photo of my first day at that company. Then the company of the company was Zenith. I joined as a trainee engineer that time, trainee computer engineer. As per school, we call them interns, but that time the job role was called trainee. I worked there. My job there was to get onto support call with customers in US, try to figure out if the server has any problem, how do we fix, if the server has low space, if someone's printer is not working, how do we troubleshoot, all those kind of stuff. And while doing that, right, I try to figure out what do I learn to make, I don't have to do this, what do I learn? While I was doing that, I had to figure out what do I learn so I don't have to fix these things. My interest was not into fixing servers or fixing printers. My interest started to begin into building things. And I wanted to build things at that time. So I started to learn what do I learn to build things on the internet. And while doing that, I asked my manager at that time, hey, can I build you a blog? They said, yes, of course, go ahead. So I built the first blog for the company. They said, then I asked, okay, the blog is done. Can I build a CRM for you? They said, of course you can. You go ahead and build a CRM. So I learned web engineering, I learned PHP that time, MySQL, databases, and started to build a CRM for them. Then I built a partner portal, then the internet and everything. And with that, my interest started to go more and more into kind of building technology, and I started to do that. I started to enjoy it. Technology really fascinated me. But then somehow, unfortunately, recession came. And when recession came, my boss asked me to fire 40 of my team members. In that company, when I started, like I said, I joined as a trainee, but within my interest in technology, I went to become a technical manager. I was one of the very senior guys in the company. And in recession, my boss asked that, okay, now this 40 people that you have in your company has to be fired, has to let go, because of course we can't afford it anymore. And at that time, my point was, if these people have given 6-7 years of their life working in this company, and someone can just can randomly and say that, okay, from tomorrow you don't come, what is the point of having all these? Since childhood, we have been taught that job security is everything. In private job, you have secure and everything. Everything that we do was for job security. But if this is job security, then what is the point of having all this anyway? This is not how I want my life to be controlled. And at that time, that was the exact question I asked myself: what do I do to make sure that I take control of my own career? Yeah, what do I do to take control of my own career? And at that point, I said, okay, let's do one thing. Everything that I have done here, everything I have done here, and what else I can learn to start to make some money on the internet, because I was already building a blog, I already knew how to build a CRM, I already knew how to do all this stuff. Can I use that skill a little bit more and try to make more money than I'm doing in my job right now? and started doing it online. And then the answer was yes, you can probably start a blog, and from the blog there was a lot of ways to make money. So that's what exactly I did. In 2011, yes, I built my first blog about things I was doing. You can see how to have fun with computers, how to Windows 7 headphones, all those kind of stuff I started to write about on the blog. And while writing articles on that blog, I figured out there are a lot of ways to make money on the blog. For example, there was a company who said that, okay, while you're writing this article, if you put my name in the article, I will give you $5 for every customer that you refer us. And with that, I made probably $1,000 in a month. $1,000 in a month was that time more than my monthly salary. So I said, okay, this is perfectly working fine. Probably I can, take a leap of faith and leave the job and do something else. Probably I can pursue internet marketing for full time. Of course, this journey is not going to be easy, but can I do that? So I did exactly that. In the middle of that, I just took a leap of faith, left my job, and focused on this blogging, internet marketing things, digital marketing, whatever you call it, for full time. And while doing that, within a couple of months, I scaled that blog from one blog to multiple blogs. I started to get into a lot more ways to make money online by building random things, by ranking websites on Google, trying to make sure whatever people search for, if they have a problem they want to search for, I have a solution with the article. If people come on that website, I will make money either from ads or by referring someone to a different company who will in turn pay me. And within a couple of months, I started to make a lot of money, and that was the turning point when I made $10,000 a month. $10,000 a month in 2013-14 was more than my yearly salary that time. And that time I said, okay, now we are getting something. I'm getting into something. While I was doing that, and that was my childhood, right? I was probably 20, 21 years old that time. If you make $10,000, that's what? Around 6 lakh rupees a month at that time. What you will do? You will try to show off. And that's what I tried to do. I tried to show off a lot. But my show off factor was not that I will buy a bike or I will buy a car or something. I used to just take a screenshot of my bank account, put it on Facebook. I used to do that every month. And people used to see that and they're like, okay, what the hell is this guy is doing? How the hell is he able to make that much money? Similarly, while I was doing that, there was also a very interesting guy who is now my current co-founder right now. He texted me on Facebook that time, hello sir, and sir, because I was, of course, if someone makes that much money in that early age, people respect him a lot. I was kind of a very popular guy in digital marketing industry. He texted me that, okay, hello sir, can we meet? First I ignored him, but then he was very persistent. Okay, we should meet anyway. We had an event at Google, I think in Mumbai that time. We went there, we met. This was the first selfie that we took. And he's convinced me that, okay, we should start a business together. I don't know how he convinced, but he convinced me that, okay, whatever you have been doing is perfectly fine, but we are better together. We should start a business together. And I said, okay, let's try that. There's no harm in doing that anyway. I have been working alone for almost a year now. And working alone at the home is not the most fun thing, so that's fine. Let's get into a business with this guy. And that's what I did. I got into business with him. You can see this is not a perfect example of a business. You can see he has his pants off, but still, we had a very small office. We were 10 people, and we started to work with a lot of well-known brands. And when we started to work with well-known brands, right, I thought what I can learn now to help these brands scale. All the skills that I had, right, from blogging, from SEO, from digital marketing, these skills can be used, but not just for the small blogs that I'm making, but the skills and the methods are same for even for the bigger brands. For example, there were a very large real estate company, there were very large, very popular burger company that we all love. And we thought, can we apply the learnings that we have? Can we apply the experience we have in internet marketing, digital marketing, on making things rank on search engines, and apply to larger brands as well? And that's why we started to learn that, okay, now what can I do? What can I do to help these large businesses scale? And the moment we started our shifted our focus from building for us versus helping these large businesses with millions of dollars in budgets, we started to grow ourselves as well. And then right after 3 months, this is the office that we have now. We have the before after. 3 months back, we had this 200 square feet office. Right after that, we have this 3,000 square feet office right in Mumbai, right near airport. We grew really well, even on materialistic terms. We made a lot of money, and money was flowing. Everything was going perfectly fine. We were helping these large businesses scale really well. And when I say scale really well, that basically means we were helping them get 30 million organic visitors a month on their websites. 30 million is close to 3 crores. Imagine 3 crore people going to someone's store, online store, offline store, wherever, every single month for free. That was a skill set that we got from our blogging days, from making money online days. And we helped them get these things for literally free. And by doing that, we learned a lot in terms of technology, in terms of scaling, in terms of working with large brands. We made millions of dollars as well for ourselves. But then we thought, yeah, this service business is not really scalable, right? What happens is all these big brand clients, they want to either work with me or my partner Sumit, because we were the face of the company. Every single day you have a couple of meetings. My office was in Andheri, their office was in Warsaw, in lower Padel, they will call you 3 times in a meeting. At one, and it used to take 2 hours to travel from your office to their office just for meeting to explain things which is pretty bullshit. You don't want to explain those things to everyone, right? They don't even know how these things work, and you have to explain those things just because they're trying to justify their jobs. They don't have much understanding of these things anyway. We said, no, this is not the life we want to have. This is not the way we want to have. There has to be a better way. There has to be a better way. And then the question I asked was, just 2 seconds. Yeah. What do we now to make whatever we are doing as a service business to turn it into a product? How do we put ourselves out of the equation so we don't have to be in every meeting? Can we build a software that can replace us so people can directly use the software instead of talking to us? What do I learn now to build a technology, our first technology product? And that's what we did. We build a technology product around what we were doing that time, around digital marketing. How do we build a product that will help anyone go and rank on search engines for whatever term they want to have? We built the software in a couple of weeks or months. And then within short amount of time, that was what, around probably under 6 months, we made $1 million in software revenue yearly. That's basically means every year someone is willing to pay you 7 crore rupees just for using your software, nothing else. You are not involved at all. You can just peacefully sleep, figure out what you want to do in life, go do whatever you want, and your software is making money for you. That was the that we tested. That okay, now this thing works. Now I don't have to go to meetings. My software works day and night. It makes money for me. And that was the aha moment that okay, if we can build a large software company, if we can build a large product company, there is a very good future to have. And what do I do that? Where do I get that? So fortunately, unfortunately, that time lockdown happened, right? This was peak 2020, lockdown happened. And then in lockdown, we saw everyone, right? We saw everyone was in pain. Mostly businesses were in a lot of pain. The shops were closed, everything was closed. And that time I started to think, and my partner also started to think, what do I learn now to help these businesses scale? So far, we have only helped businesses who are very large, and when I say large, they are mostly stock market listed companies. Is there a way, is there something that I can now learn to help these millions of small business owners as well in India? And the very small question and very absolute question was, if the shops are closed, if the shops can't go to the customer, if the customers can't go to the shop, can the shop go to the customers? And that's where the name Dukaan was also found, that okay, this is your Dukaan. Your customers can't go to your Dukaan, but your Dukaan can now go to customers. We built that, and that's where the entire idea of the app was born as well, just a second. And we built this product called Dukaan that was basically launch your online store in under 30 seconds. In under 30 seconds, any business in India can just create their online stores, get to their customers. The customers can order whatever they want, and they can deliver to the customers. So now the shops started to go to the customers instead of customers coming to shops, because the shops were closed anyway. In lockdown, nobody was able to do anything. Only people who were able to do anything was the large businesses, like large marketplaces, large grocery startups with billions of budgets. These small business owners didn't really have any budgets. And once we do that, within a couple of months, we had 5.6 million small business owners who used Dukaan during lockdown. That's 56 lakhs business owners from India who use our platform, who use the technology that we wrote, who use the product that we built to get business. Their house was getting some revenue, which was almost closed for 5-6 months. That was a freaking big deal that time. And we thought, okay, now this is something that we have really done, and this is kind of a peak that we wanted to have. And while we were building that, a lot of investors contacted us. We raised a lot of money from investors as well, who said, okay, this product is very useful, and you can, you should take my money and start to scale this as well. We built a very good team. Right now, the team is around 200 people. I now lead the technology team at Dukaan with almost 200 engineers. Most of the engineers are from very well respected institutes, some of the brightest mind I can think of, who work with me. And when I look at it, right, when I look back, I come from a background that is finance. I have done debit credit in my college, not even college, in 10+2. After that, I did marketing for 4-5 years. Then I got into technology to build these kind of products. And now I have these almost 200 engineers, right, who are coming from the brightest institutes of the country. Here, some of the brightest minds in the country. They work for me. They work with me to build this product. They respect me because we are building something very useful. Is it the peak of my career? Is it from finance, digital marketing, then now building cutting edge technology? Is it the peak of my career? Have I reached my zenith? Have I reached my peak potential? And that time the answer was no, not yet. What do I learn? What do I learn to build a global tech juggernaut, right? Not just India. India is a very small country if you look at the globe, right? In terms of software, pretty much every software that you use right now, none of them is built in India. You take Facebook, you take Google, you take Instagram, you take WhatsApp, all the good products that you can think of, none of them was built in India. Can I build something for the world from India? And that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to learn. What do I learn now? What do I do to build a global tech juggernaut. And thankfully, a couple of months later, this is me and Sumit. You saw our first selfie. This is our last selfie on the homepage of TechCrunch. Now we are not just building for India, but we are doing global. We are trying to take on the global tech software market, and in the global software market, we will probably make a dent there as well. I'm very confident. We are very confident with the team. I'm very confident with the skills that we have learned. And with that, if I look back, right, from where I started, from where we are right now, we are almost we are very good. We have made a very good name in India, and we are trying to make a very good name in the global software market as well. What was that one thing? What was that one thing that meant what I am right? What was the one thing that I'm still trying to help me with what I'm trying to do? And the answer was, no matter what I do, right, I just never stop learning. Even today, I never stop learning. I met a couple of guys from here. Himansu, the TEDx team, everyone was here. I was trying to understand what these guys are doing. I was trying to understand what these guys are doing in this college, and I'm trying to understand what the college is teaching. Outside of college, what these guys are doing. I was walking there, I saw a lab, a blockchain lab, all this kind of stuff. I'm trying to ask questions that what you guys are doing. If what they are doing I know already perfectly fine. If not, I would try to go home, Google about it. Even every single day, I slept I think at 3 a.m. in the morning. Today as well, trying to learn what is next, what can I do to make this software a very good global product. And that's the theme of that's the whole learning that I had. That no matter what you do, no matter where you are, you never stop learning. Even after this video goes live, even after this content goes live, right? A lot of people will just rub it off, go back to Instagram and start scrolling. A few of them might just think about, okay, this video that is streaming on tape, how exactly is that streaming? Or if Instagram is showing you that next video as a recommendation, have you ever thought about how that video is showing up? Have you ever thought about why that next video came? What was the algorithm behind that? Have you tried to figure that out? When you are on YouTube, you watch one song and the next song automatically comes. Some of you might not even think about that, but some of you might want to know that, okay, what do I learn to make sure I understand how this new video came? That is the whole one sentence I would probably want to leave you guys back with that. Never stop learning. Whatever you do, learning is constant. No matter what you are right now, I'm probably from 17, I'm now 32, almost 15 years in my career. Every single day I still spend at least 4 hours trying to learn. And that's the only way to stay relevant in this tech industry with all the advances and everything. If you are no longer learning, you're no longer relevant. Thank you very much.